Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to upcycle two candle lids to create two autumn shelf sitter decorations. Okay, so for this craft I am using two of my wooden candle lids. You could also use metal candle lids if you prefer. You also need some Mod Podge, and I'm also using acrylic paint in a few different colors. You'll also need some paintbrushes. I'm using a smaller one and a medium-sized one. And then I also have these cute little wooden mushrooms that I found at my local Dollar Tree. And then I have some assorted fall decorations as well. And I'm also using some moss. And you'll also need hot glue. And I'm also using decorative fall napkins. Okay, so let's begin by applying some acrylic paint to the first candle lid. Okay, so now we're ready to apply some paint to the mushrooms. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to take my orange acrylic paint and I'm going to paint a few of the mushrooms, the tops, this orange color. And then afterwards I will take my brown paint and then I will paint the rest of the mushrooms on the top the brown color. Okay, so now we're ready to apply the Mod Podge and the decorative napkin. So what I'm doing here is I am starting off by removing the second layer of my napkin. Okay, so once you have removed the second layer of your napkin, use your scissors to cut out the decorative section that you will want to use in your design. Okay, so now we're ready to apply the cutouts onto the candle lid. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my smaller paintbrush and I'm applying a thin layer of Mod Podge over the top surface of my candle lid. Then next I am taking my paintbrush and applying some Mod Podge over the leaf design. and then I will just repeat this with the rest of the leaves. Okay, so once you have applied your Mod Podge to your decorative napkin cutouts, you can use a heating tool to dry the Mod Podge, or you can just allow it to dry on its own, but I always use a heating tool when working with Mod Podge. Okay, so next we're just going to be applying the moss onto the lid. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking a small section of moss, and then I am going to use my hot glue, and I'm going to apply some hot glue on the top surface of my wooden candle lid. Okay, so after adding the moss, we are now ready to add the mushrooms on the wooden lid. So you'll just take each of your mushrooms, and using a little bit of hot glue, you'll put some hot glue on the bottom of each of the mushrooms, and then once you have done that, you will just add them over the moss. Okay, so after adding your mushrooms, you can add any other autumn design decorations that you would like. I decided to add these deep purple succulent flowers to my decoration, but like I said, you can add any other fall decorations to your shelf sitter. Okay, so last minute I decided to add on a few dots on the tops of my mushrooms. This is completely optional. I just wanted to do this for my design. And after doing this, that will complete the first design, and we will be moving on to the second shelf sitter. Okay, so for this design, I am using one wooden candle lid and then also a decorative napkin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut my decorative napkin, And then after, I will remove the second layer once I cut out my flower design. Okay, so now we're ready to apply the Mod Podge and the decorative napkin. So what I'm doing here is I'm just repeating what I did with the first one. I am taking some Mod Podge and applying it onto my wooden lid, and then I am just applying some Mod Podge over the decorative napkin. And for this one, I decided I did not want to paint the lid. It's already a deep brown color, so I just wanted to leave the wood alone and not paint this one. Okay, so now you're ready to add any of your assorted fall decorations to your design. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to add on some of the faux flowers along with some glittery leaves that I found at my local Dollar Tree. I believe that these are vase fillers. So I'm just going to add that using some hot glue. Then once I have added the two glittery leaves, I will then take my flower and place my flower between the two leaves. Okay, so once you have added on your autumn decorations, you're pretty much done with this design. I did end up adding two little mini pumpkins to my design at the very end. You can add any autumn decor pieces to your design. Like I said, I just wanted to add a flower, the two glitter leaves, and then the mini pumpkins, and that actually is it. That completes both designs, and I hope that you have enjoyed coming along and creating these autumn shelf sitters with me. If you have enjoyed this, I would love if you subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know in the comments below which autumn sitter is your favorite. My favorite is the mushroom one, but I'd love to hear from you. Thank you all for visiting, and I'll see you soon.